So I said to her, if the horse is bold and the Guinness is cold, then it's a good day eventing.
Hi, this is Laura Collett, and you are listening to Season 3 of Eventing Weekly with Mitch and Braden.
Yeah.
Mitch, Braden, producer Ali, and Austin O'Connor. Austin, g'day, mate.
Guys, nice to meet you and great to be here.
And it is nice to meet you, Austin.
Yeah.
We've seen each other around for the last 3 or 4 years, but it wasn't until Mitch said, is this the first time we're actually meeting? And
Yeah.
Mitch, is that right?
It is for me, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you're an old friend. But I've never actually...
I'm just
never
unsociable
actually met
and
you.
probably don't say hello very often.
No, that's not the case at all. I mean, point in case, you've invited us into your beautiful home this evening, and we're absolutely stoked to be sitting down with you and having a bit of a chat. And just before we get started, Austin, what I do like to do is just get Mitchell to set the scene of where we are this evening. So, Mitch, over to you.
Yeah. I was actually going to just throw it to Ali tonight.
Oh, do you think?
Yeah.
She's back.
Yeah. Because we've got her back. She's been away for a week.
That's all right. I'll take the
I've
reins.
just completely thrown you in the dark here.
Go on, Ali.
Yeah.
I wasn't
thrown you in the
expecting
dark,
this.
deep end.
Set the scene.
Set the scene. We are in the lovely province of
Oh, my goodness. Austin, help her out. Where are we?
Where are we,
looking
Austin?
Somewhere-
Oxfordshire.
There you go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Somewhere in Oxfordshire.
A gorgeous place. We
Yeah.
arrived. Well, actually, me and Mitch drove together.
We
Braden
did.
sent a picture of the gates, and we were like, "Oh, this is a nice place.
Yeah.
Lovely
Very,
gates."
very nice set of gates.
I may just add, I did not put the gates in.
No.
Oh,
They were
really?
here before our arrival.
Yeah. Very nice
Um,
gates.
Lovely drive. Lovely
Yes.
paddocks on our left.
Yes.
Very happy horses.
Yes.
And we're currently sat in your lounge, sitting room. What do you call it?
Yeah, I think it's the second time I've been in here actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
occasions.
So, yeah, it hasn't got an official name, but yes, it's I guess a sitting room.
Sitting room with some lovely hawkstones. And yeah,
Beautiful. I feel like the scene is set, and we've just probably spent the first 5 minutes with Austin not actually speaking. So I'm going to chuck it.
It's great.
Austin,
you're
Yeah.
like, this is fine.
your kind of pod. Austin, the way things work is we've got 10 questions lined up for you, and we're just going to navigate them nice and slowly. That's the structure of the pod. But before we do, we just wanted to lean into a bit of a Bramham chat from the weekend, because you were up there. You were up there?
Yes.
Sorry, you gave me the blankest look.
No.
I was like,
Blank
I
I
thought
face.
think, oh my God, what's he coming out with?
I was like, oh, Jesus,
six
Braden.
mile water.
6 Mile Water.
How was Bramham? We weren't there.
Bramham was amazing. Well, there's ups and downs every day in this game. I took 2 horses, one on the Wednesday, ended up with a foot abscess.
Oh,
Like genuinely, suddenly was fine and suddenly
Suddenly
very
not.
sore, so didn't start. But luckily I had a lovely horse called 6 Mile Water, who was doing his second 4-star,
Yes.
and he was fantastic. We obviously went there hoping he was going to go well, but I didn't expect to have the not just the result but the feel from him that I had, and I'm suddenly thinking 5-star.
Oh.
was that second 4-star long for this horse?
Yeah, second 4-star long. He was good at Blenheim last year, but
Okay, Blenheim, yeah.
I thought this time around he's just gone to a different level, which is
Amazing.
is great. And yeah, Bramham was, I must say, unbelievable.
Yeah. And is this the first year that Andrew has designed it?
Yeah, Andy Heffernan, his first year designing. He's assisted the last couple of years, so
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
got to know the lie of the land. And I must say, it was an incredible
Really?
course.
What made it so incredible this year?
I think on walking it, it was very fair. It was very horse friendly, but at the same time, it was a bloody big Bramham.
Sure.
But it was forgiving enough, and I think just watching through the day, the greener horses started off green, but the further they went, they grew, and they all came. The majority came back with a big smile on their face, which to me was a testament to the course designer.
Amazing. And obviously, so you're taking this horse there, known for being a big 4-star, second 4-star, as you say, you think you might have a 5-star horse on your hands. coming out the back of Bramham, where do you then set your sights on for the future? You know, which 5-star do you look to consider, I guess?
Suppose how much money have you got? We like America.
Yeah, how much did you win in Maryland? Got any left?
No, I think, you know, we could have gone for a softer one, but, you know, we're kind of straight to the point. We wanted to find out how good these horses were. And
turns out
now you've found out.
Not too
Turns
bad.
out
now we found
pretty
out,
good.
so we'll sit down and make plans the next 2 or 3 weeks and go from there.
Yeah. Nice one.
Amazing. Well, we look forward to following that journey. So with that little prep out the way, we feel like we've set the scene. We've got the weekend ticked off. We're now going to cruise into the 10 questions that we've got lined up for you. And Austin, we've actually canvassed a few of your mates. So expect to hear from a few different people this week.
Oh, great.
This week, tonight. The first question is going to be presented by producer Ali.
It sure is. And I'm actually going to get a sting in because I feel like I always forget this.
Get the sting in.
Defaults hotline.
There we go.
The reaction.
Austin's reaction to that is exactly
What we wanted.
what we want.
Did you
It's
enjoy
like,
that?
What the hell is this?
Pure confusion.
Yeah.
Here is one of your friends.
Jill Watson,
Ooh, sorry, that came through.
message for Austin O'Connor. Austin, apart from a tremendous partnership that you have with Salty, what do you think attributes to his tremendous performances across country?
Jill Watson.
Obviously Jill is, part owner, head of the syndicate, trainer, so on and
Okay.
so on. So I suppose number one is talent and ability.
Yes.
There's no, you know,
No substitute.
there's no substitute for being good enough, basically. And after that, I think it's just, I would like to think it's sort of the environment that we keep him in, the lifestyle we give him. We give him plenty, and he gives plenty back to us.
Yeah. What kind of horses is he? Someone who likes to be out in the field all day, or is he quite happy being inside, being in a box, or?
Yeah,
what's
well, as you say here in Ridgeway Farm, we're lucky. We're pretty rural.
Oh yeah.
He loves his hacking. He loves his countryside. We vary it as much as we possibly can, and vary it from horse to horse. Really, he's not one that likes to be. He's not an attention seeker, but at the same time, he still does a degree of neediness. As in, you wouldn't just chuck him out for a month and forget about him. He wouldn't be a happy camper. But going back to the question, you know, he's got a massive heart, and as I say, he's got the ability. And I guess, you know, at this stage, it's just a partnership, isn't it? I trust him.
Yes.
Hopefully, he trusts me.
Yeah. And it looks like he's just always having a great time.
Yeah.
You know, we're out there watching him. He just looks like he absolutely loves what he does.
Is he your favourite horse, Mitchell?
Probably.
This guy,
Yeah.
we talk a lot on the show about eventing manager.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of Equiratings eventing manager?
I'll pretend I have.
Okay, sure. yeah. It's essentially fantasy football for eventing.
I'm quite into fantasy football.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So you can. It's been dormant for about 12 months, but I've been chatting to Sam Watson, and maybe it's come back. And you can pick your teams, and every week, Mitchell,
Every available week.
the captain of your team.
Oh yeah.
Colorado
if we had
Blue.
captains,
If you had
he would be a captain.
Colorado.
But we don't. But he's always, if I can afford him, he's always in there.
Yeah.
Because he's turned out to be quite an expensive partnership, you two.
So in this structure, the better the horse, the more expensive.
Yeah.
But no, we're very lucky to have him, and hopefully there's a few big days to come yet.
Yeah. Austin, the way we've lined these questions up tonight is we're going to plot the path. Like we said coming in, you know, we're just getting to know you. So we're keen to hear the Austin story. We are going to go back right to the start and make our way through. But we just wanted up front to do a bit of Colorado Blue chat. And I was wondering if you could, off the back of Jill's question, just take us back to Maryland.
Yeah, I suppose Maryland was a bit of a shit or burst scenario, really, wasn't it?
What was it, sorry?
It was a big gamble.
Okay. Oh, shit or bust.
Shit or bust.
I've
Yeah,
not heard
shit
that.
or
I was
bust.
so lost then.
Yeah.
I was hoping that you guys would get it.
So yeah, obviously that year we had great badminton. You start getting greedy. Expectations rise. Had a very disappointing Burley for various reasons. But when it's not your day, it's not your day. Luckily, we only jumped 5 or 6 fences in Burley. And the opportunity, I actually met a guy called Tim Garner, who's on the Maryland organising committee. And he sort of jokingly said to me, why don't you bring it to Maryland?
Yeah.
So sort of went over my head, and then on Monday morning, when I got out of my depression, we reached out to each other, whether he reached out to me or I reached out to him, and he very kindly put a bit of funding in place, and sort of he said, yeah, look, this is what I can do if you can do what you can do, and you know, he said, what the hell, let's go to America.
Amazing. And you've obviously got, you know, a syndicate for Salty. And so how do those conversations go? Is like, it's a big call. Are you having to pitch the idea to the crew, or were the owners on board from the start?
Yeah, it probably took another 2 weeks after I agreed to go, to be honest. It was a little bit like, you know, you've got to be understanding and diplomatic and pitch it, but it takes a few days to pitch something like that. But look, no, they've been a great syndicate. They've been really supportive. I suppose they've had, you know, we've all had plenty high days and not too many lows with him. I think, their jaw probably hit the ground initially. Yeah. So there was another phone call and another phone call. Eventually, me being the spoiled brat got my way. No, but to be fair, they were very on board. There was no complications. So we said, let's go for it.
Yeah. Sure, and it turned out okay. What are your memories of the actual competition?
First and foremost, I mean, actually, the winning is almost secondary. I just loved the week. Loved the competition. Loved Maryland. The atmosphere. Yeah. The course. Even not to have been lucky enough to win. Okay, maybe if I fell off, I'd look at it differently. But just to be there was a privilege, and I just felt very, very lucky to be there. We were there to be as competitive as we could, but you know, it was again an amazing cross country course. Yeah. Beautifully built, testing, which I suppose was a bit of a relief that there was always a little bit, you know, is this going to be a little bit of a soft 5-star, not quite playing to our hands, but I think
it turned out to work into your hands a little bit.
Ian Stark grew a pair and built a proper good track.
Yeah, and I know Braden's great on his stats, and he'll know where you were after dressage. Complete.
I think I remember. Did you go first?
Yep.
You went first. I'm going to say outside the top 5.
Yeah, just.
I've got.
I'd say we leave it at that.
What I
the only way was up.
Oh, really? Yeah. What are we talking, Mitchell? Where was it?
No.
But you're the researcher, mate.
10th, 11th.
Okay.
Yeah.
There
so
we are.
It was okay.
So, we were. It's not bad at all.
We were at the races.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm with a sniff. I do know, Mitchell, was that the year that alumni of the show, Mia Farley, was that the year Mia Farley went round on that thoroughbred, the only one under time?
Yes, you were correct.
Perfect.
Look at you go.
Thank you.
Yep.
So, I guess my question is the actual cross country. What do you remember from riding? Because were you first out the box?
Yeah, I was first out of the box. Again, I took that as a bit of a privilege because don't believe this draw garbage. There was no draw. I think I was deliberately in that position.
Yes.
So I took that as a confidence giver. Really, these guys want me to go out and set the tone and
show them how it's done.
Give everyone some confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was my. Rightly or wrongly, that's what I told myself.
I think you're spot
absolutely.
on.
So I just had a dream ride from the get go, really. You know, he was fit. He was well. He was just totally on it. It was just one of those perfect cross country spins.
1 second over time, I think.
Yeah, 1-2 seconds.
You must be finishing that thinking we're going to be climbing today.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no doubt, no doubt. But you know, that job was done.
Yeah.
And at that stage, you're quietly looking at a podium position. I think I ended up 4th. At the end of the day,
in the cross country,
I knew there was 1 or 2 normal jumpers in front of me. But I just had to focus on my job.
Yeah,
sure.
All you got to do is go out and do what you can do.
Yeah. So yeah, on the Sunday, I was actually very relaxed about it.
Yeah.
Because I'd enjoyed the week so much. So I think we actually, after the trot up, I rode him for 20 minutes. I think we buggered off to Baltimore or somewhere for a couple of hours.
Yeah, as you do.
Yeah, just went and had a nice breakfast, and so the whole environment was
very relaxed,
and laid back, and there was nothing.
I suppose that's probably the best place to be in, rather than you're waking up in the morning and you're thinking, you know, there could be a chance here. This could happen.
Yeah,
probably better to just go out, completely forget about it all, and then get into the zone when you get back.
I think since then I've sort of trained myself to get away from people.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody.
Find what works for you.
Yeah, find what works for you, and don't get wrapped up in it. And the bottom line is, whatever the outcome is going to be the outcome.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You go and you do your best.
What can you control? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So you just control your own performance and not worry about everybody else's.
Yeah.
And just to round it off, I think I remember as you won that, a shot, and I might be wrong, but was Jill Watson there? I feel like they panned to the crowd, and was she over there watching with you?
Oh, Jill was over, yes.
She was there.
She was, yeah.
Nice. And you've just won your first 5-star. How was that?
She was, it was quite surreal. You know, I've been at the job a long time, and not many people do win 5 stars, whether it be badminton, pole, Maryland, whatever. It seems to be always sort of the chosen few. So yeah, it was surreal. It was amazing. Yeah, I suppose it was certainly the pinnacle of my career.
So far.
Yeah.
So far. And that's a nice place. I just wanted to set the scene there with some Maryland chat, you know, in the more recent times. And then we're going to go on to question number 2, Austin, and I'm going to take you all the way back. Well, not all the way back, but a long way back. And I would like to tell me, what's your memory of the Sydney Olympics 2000?
Oh, my word. I think the old Alzheimer's is setting in. The big memory, it was it was an amazing games. To be perfectly honest, I was too young to appreciate it.
How old were you at the time?
22 or 3.
Yeah, okay.
But it was all a bit of a, you know, I literally just set up my own business for the first time. You're slogging away, you're trying to get by. Suddenly you're going to the Olympics.
Yeah.
And it was as I say, it was quite a drawn out affair. We were in Sydney for 6 weeks. You Southern Hemisphere guys, you know, you're pretty awkward about bringing in diseases and quarantine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you didn't take an apple with you, did you?
I did, yeah.
Granny Smith?
She gotcha.
Yeah. Bag of carrots, you can't take that.
No way.
So yeah, no, I suppose between acclimatization and Northern Hemisphere horses and people coming into the into Sydney, into Australia, rightly so, to be fair. So yeah, it was you know, it was a hell of a holiday, 6 weeks in Sydney.
Yeah.
But I'd say it just came. Yeah, it was amazing. Everything was amazing. Being in the village, the whole.
Yeah.
But it almost came just a bit too quick for me, I think, to really appreciate it.
Sure. The actual competition, I don't know. Which horse were you on, and how did that sort of play out?
Yeah, I rode a horse called Horseware Fabio.
Okay.
Who was owned by Tom McGuinness of Horseware Ireland.
Okay, yeah.
fame at the time. He came to me, I suppose, 15 months in advance. He was actually the very first horse to be sent to me when I set up my own business. And sort of a, nice intermediate type horse. And when you're young and stupid and ambitious all in one, we gave it a real good go. Yeah. And lo and behold, we were suddenly going to the Olympic Games, which wasn't the initial plan.
Far out. But 22 years old. Ali, how old are you?
23.
23.
Ooh.
When you said it, I thought, Christ, I'm unsuccessful. I'm nowhere near the Olympics.
You're producer Ellie.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, people have come up to me and they said, how old are you? And they're like, whoa.
And what did you think of the Olympics in Sydney in 2000?
Yeah, go on, Ellie. Were you...
It wasn't in black and white.
3 years from being born.
Probably... What month was the Olympics?
Well, it's the Summer Olympics, isn't it?
I mean, I was born...
say like
August?
Yeah, in that case, I was 12 months from being born.
Right. I know, I've just said the middle of the winter. Yeah. But it's not over Christmas.
No, but like, I don't know, like a March? I'd imagine like a March.
So we're having...
Yeah. Austin, when was it?
Hemisphere debate to be a... Just for all my New Zealand fans, guys, I haven't forgot. I know.
Braden thinks...
I know when
August
summer
is summer in New Zealand.
No.
Yes, you do.
Sorry. So, Ali, you were born in 2000.
August 2001.
Okay, yeah, so you weren't born.
No. I was, yeah.
Sorry, Austin. We didn't...
This has gone so off track, but
we didn't need to break over these goals. Yeah. But you're saying, so was that the last Olympics then with roads and tracks?
I would imagine it was, because the next Olympics was Athens 2004, which I didn't make due to injury. So I would imagine roads and tracks was gone then, but I wouldn't be 100% sure.
Nice. Well, that leads us in nicely to the next question, and it's over to you, Mitchell.
Moving
Just forget about these lights that keep turning off. You crack on.
Lights. Yeah, moving forward 8 years to your second Olympics. Is this right? Beijing.
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit more about that as well?
Yeah. Again, it was it was very different to Sydney. Obviously, it was the Beijing Olympics, but the venue was Hong Kong. So
okay.
Oh, so what was all the equestrian off-site?
All the equestrian was in Hong Kong.
Oh wow. Did you lose a bit of the Olympic feel?
I guess you did. Yeah, of course you did.
Yeah.
You didn't, in Sydney, I had the whole, I was kind of brushing shoulders with the
we got
Thorpes.
I was just going to say Michael Phelps, but I don't think he would have been around then.
Was it Michael Phelps?
Ian Thorpe, definitely.
Big feet.
Yeah. Thorpedo.
Yeah.
Canyon Loader.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, this is a New Zealand swimmer.
Yeah. I've gone Aussie.
Yeah. Valerie Adams.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
Who was Valerie?
Valerie. Is she New Zealand's second most successful Olympian of all time? She won
probably second, yeah.
2 golds in shot put. Shot put. Her brother is Stephen Adams, and he plays in the NBA. Very famous New Zealand family, but obviously not too big in Ireland.
No.
Sorry, mate.
So anyway, yes. So we were obviously rubbing shoulders with these guys, and same accommodation, the Olympic Village, and the whole Olympic Village, food halls, and so on and so on. Whereas in Hong Kong, totally different. We were the Olympians, all on our own, really.
Yeah, you're out miles away from everyone else.
Yeah, well, I'd say it was a different country at the time. At least. But we had a nice hotel. I suppose so that side of it was very different. It was more like a normal.
Just a really far away 3-day
event. Yeah, I mean, they tried to create as much Olympic feel as they possibly could.
And did it draw in the same kind of crowds, being so far separated from the rest of it?
It did. The cross country was in a place called Bees River.
Okay.
So, which was also interesting because we were the equestrian stadium was in Sha Tin.
Okay.
Which is the main. It's owned by the racing club, the jockey club.
Okay.
Hong Kong Jockey Club.
Yeah.
So all the equestrian facilities, which were out of this world, stadiums and arenas and everything was there in Shotton Racecourse.
Yes.
But the extraordinary thing, Bees River was like 25-minute drive down the motorway.
Yeah.
So all the horses the night before cross country
Load them on.
loaded onto these massive Hong Kong wagons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were shipped the night before to Bees River, where there was obviously fantastic facilities and stabling again. And the other thing then, the cross country actually started at 6:30 in the morning.
Oh shit! What
Is
heat?
this heat, humidity? Yeah.
So that was the big. That was the big
6:30 in the morning. What time are you getting up, getting ready for a day of cross country? 3 in the morning.
Didn't go to bed, did we? We were in a hotel. So it was all over by 11 o'clock that day, or that morning.
Yeah.
So it started at 6:30. It was all done by 11 o'clock.
And so roads and tracks are gone for that one. Are we still at a team of 5 or is it 4? Where are we at in 08?
You are throwing difficult questions.
Yeah, it's more of a memory test than anything at this point.
It's like mastermind.
Mastermind.
He's in that big chair.
No, Sydney had 2 separate competitions.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It had a team competition and
Yes.
an individual.
Yeah.
That's right.
And the individuals, it was just a totally separate competition. Where
Okay.
in Hong Kong, Beijing, there was, my memory says there was 5.
Okay.
And the best 3 counted.
Yeah.
From a team perspective.
Yeah.
And then you jump the second round. Yes, that's right. You jump the second round as it is nowadays.
Okay.
For individual honours.
Yeah. So you're doing it all the same kind of as it was now, but you do second round.
Well,
Yeah, is it how it
now
works?
you've only got 3.
Yes.
Then you had 5
Yeah.
and 2
You had-
discard.
Yes. Yeah. Whereas now you've it's changed.
It's changed a bit.
Yeah.
So anyway, it went great. Good clear cross country.
Mm-hmm.
Bit slow. But managed to jump in the final, so I had 2 jumping rounds.
Okay.
And I think finished up 16th, 17th, but jumped a good double clear, jumping on the last night. So again, the jumping
Again,
was
out
under
of the
lights at
humidity.
night time.
Yeah.
Out of the humidity.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And who's on your team at this point? Who are some of the names that you were representing Ireland with?
There was a chap called Niall Griffin, who's sort of now runs horse sales and things. He's gone out of eventing. And then there was Jeff Kern, who rides for the Irish Army,
Okay.
but he's now purely show jumping.
Okay.
I'm going to forget somebody here, isn't I?
Oh yeah,
you
really.
are.
This is mastermind.
Yeah.
This is
Really?
bloody great, isn't it?
Yeah.
You could have given me a bit of warning. There was a girl called Louise Lyons,
Okay.
who was great crack, and she's now training racehorses in Ireland.
Yeah.
And who the hell was?
Well, all I'm trying to do
Anyway,
is
that's the
is
gist of it.
Is throw you back in there, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make
My
you remember.
question is, if
Yes.
you did go on Mastermind, would you genuinely choose eventing as your specialist subject?
No, probably horse racing.
So
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
but it's still
it?
horses.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were going to say like Richard Curtis movies or something totally
No, it
different.
would definitely be sporty.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, Ellie, if you want a question, mate, there's one right there for you. Question number 4. I think we're.
It is. And my question to you, Austin, is: would you like another sting, or did it traumatize you the first time?
I think you might. That's the button that she
Oh
presses.
yeah, the
No,
audio.
I'd love another sting.
You'd
Yeah.
love another
Yeah, I
one.
loved it.
Same again.
Same again.
Same again.
Beefpots Hotline.
This is a question from Debbie Carpenter.
Hi guys, big fans of the show. Just a quick question for Austin. On your way back from an event, what is your go-to snack at the service station?
She knows.
She's
I mean, she's told us as well.
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Embarrassingly, I'm a bit of a KFC person on a Sunday evening.
I'm right there with you,
Yeah.
Austin.
Yeah.
You cannot beat it on the way back.
Yeah.
Cannot beat it.
What are we talking? A bucket of chicken, or are we going for a burger? And they just get the fries right, don't
Sadly, it's a big bucket. of
Is it?
chicken.
Just, we're talking
All
Big
for me.
bucket of the Colonel's finest.
Yeah. just the the actual chicken, or are you going for the tenders and the popcorn chicken as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dangerous, eh?
Especially when I actually drove back from Bramham on my own, so I went.
Did you?
Over the top. I buyed a bit of everything.
Yeah.
Didn't feel great half an hour later.
Oh, no. But when you're having it.
No, but when you're having it, there's no better place.
Definitely my guilty pleasure.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Well, I think we can just, address that one and move on pretty quickly from that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Debbie. The next question is with me, Austin. Before I do, I'm dry, so I'm going to get another beer. Are you okay for a drink at the moment?
No, I'm good, thank you.
You're good, Mitch? Do you need a Hawkstone?
Yeah, I would do a little top up, actually.
There you go.
While you're at it.
No worries.
Thanks, mate.
And just while I open my one, we're going to carry on with our journey through the Olympics, mate. And the next one on the list is Tokyo 2020, although from memory I think it was 2021 when it ran. Another completely different Olympics. What are your memories from that experience?
Yes. What are we? We're 12 years later, isn't it? I like to have little breaks between Olympic Games. 8 years and well, it actually ended up.
Yeah, where'd you go?
It actually ended up 13 years, didn't
Yeah,
it?
13. Yeah.
With the COVID scenario.
Yeah, that old thing.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Was it similar-ish vibes to the Beijing?
Why are you saying that, Mitch?
Huh?
Why do you draw that similarity?
I don't know. Why do I say that? I just mean being removed from the rest
Gotcha.
the rest of the crowds.
Gotcha.
No other reason.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll get straight to the point, shall we? Yeah, Tokyo. Tokyo was completely removed from everything, to be honest. I was taken out there, as you guys bloody well know, with the new rules. I was the number 4.
Yes.
Non-competing reserve. Which was gutting.
Yes.
It was a very hard position to be in. Quite frankly, it was bang out of order. I was in that position in the first place. But again, I suppose our resilience came through. We went through the motions and we said, you know what, we will travel. Screw you.
Yeah.
And we did. So you're going all the way to Tokyo. You're prepared. You're ready.
Yeah.
But the odds are you're not going to get a run. But lo and behold, we did. Somebody was looking down on us.
Yeah. So could you just talk us through the mindset of trying to get a horse prepared as if they are going to run, knowing that it's very unlikely, but then when you actually do get that call that you are coming in, it's got to be so many emotions going through your mind the whole time.
I think what really got me through it was anger.
How good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
bro.
know.
Yeah.
And I suppose anger created resilience. I was on my own. There was some very good people around me, but you were very limited for people because it was behind closed doors, so on. So I went through the motions, did the quarantine in Aachen. No disrespect, I still stuck to my guns that, what's going on here? There is no horse here to touch him.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was obviously all very political and messy, but I kept my head down. I ran with it. If it got too much, you go away for a couple of pints on your own or whatever.
Down the road, watch a bit of horse racing instead.
But I just knew, I knew in my heart of hearts I wasn't, that just hang on in there. I know it's very difficult because the 3 other guys that were picked in front of me, I didn't wish them bad or misfortune.
Of course.
Well, you don't. Genuinely, you don't.
No.
Because in this game, we all bloody suffer that.
Yeah. I mean, you're there
from time to time.
Yeah.
But no, I just had to keep complete focus.
Yeah.
Keep our horse right. Keep myself right. I suppose I was in a lucky position that I had that confidence. I knew I was able to keep him fit.
Yeah.
Realistically, I didn't have to wrap him up in cotton wool. I was able
Yeah.
to keep galloping.
You know, he's ready to.
I was going to be ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was going to
Yeah.
stick lots of fingers in the air if I got the opportunity. Anyway, so we travelled to Tokyo. I suppose we were there probably 7-8 days.
Yes.
And again, I just kept the same mindset. Trained away.
Yep.
Kept him right. Kept myself in a good place.
Yep.
Didn't get down about it. Just stayed very, very, very positive. And the night before dressage, they came and said, "Was I prepared to?"
Yeah.
Well, what do you think? I'm
Yeah.
bloody there. Of
Yeah.
course, I'm prepared
Yeah.
to compete.
You're like, actually, nah.
No, exactly. Yeah. That would have really screwed him over, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Actually, I found a nice sushi restaurant.
No, they were all bloody shut, weren't they?
Oh, they were. Oh,
Yeah.
damn. Yeah.
They were all shut. So
So you're in the room having edamame beans.
Yeah. And obviously I grabbed it
Yeah.
with both arms.
Yes.
but
Just before we chat about the actual competition, I just want to pick up on something you said there, and it was how honest you were about you were angry, and I think maybe sometimes people think high performance are these people who are not human and don't have these normal emotions and just behave like aliens or something, but I think what you just described for me is high performance. It's being in touch with how you genuinely feel, and you were angry, but then you've got a decision to make. Like, what are you going to do about it? You can either, stick your finger up and bugger off and, no, I don't want to go, or you can go, oh, I'm going to dig in here, and if it comes, I'm going to show you why. And it's, for me, that's high performance. It's not having human emotions, but it's having them and then being able to deal with them in the right way to keep going. Or maybe I'm completely off the mark, but for me,
no, you're 100%.
Do you know what I mean?
And following that initial selection, I had every right to throw my toys out of the pram, and go very public about my feelings, my thoughts, and walk away from the whole lot. But the only person I was damaging was myself.
Yeah.
Whereas if I did it my way, I was going to damage everybody else and not myself.
Sure. And mate, you ended up, performing and being on the team and performing. Do you want to talk us through your memory of the actual competition?
Yeah. I'd say I had literally the evening before. I'm going to tell you it was probably 6 o'clock that evening, and you're doing dressage at 12 o'clock the following day.
Yeah.
At that, we had prepared the best we could, so I wouldn't use any excuses. We didn't score great in the dressage, but if you remember, at that point, Colorado Blue, I knew how good he was, but he, along with the rest of my teammates, there was no dressage horse amongst them, or established dressage horse amongst them. So we did our best. We scored well. Didn't score great, but it was, that had nothing to do with preparation.
Sure.
It's the point we were at. And
Yes.
it's
Good for where they were at.
The four horses that were out there for the Irish at the time were all much for muchness on the flat.
Right.
So that was fine. And then I had walked the cross country. Obviously, the cross country, let's say, is on the Saturday. But I had walked it pretty meticulously from the Monday, as if I was competing. So there was no excuses.
Yeah. You had your plan A's, your
I had
plan B's, your C's.
I just had
You
plan
knew where
A.
you were going.
There he is.
So I was, so even that I wasn't competing and I'd walked the course 3 or 4 times, I was very clear about where we were going, what we were doing. And that was the same scenario as Tokyo or as Hong Kong. We actually, the cross country was off site as well.
Yes. No, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I think the horses were boxed there the morning of.
Okay.
And stable there for the day. So
Yeah.
I just threw that in. But that was
Yeah.
another off-site scenario.
Yeah. Because it was also very warm out there, wasn't it?
It
in
was
Tokyo.
warm, but it wasn't. It was nothing like
No.
Hong
Okay.
Kong.
No.
The humidity in Hong Kong was
Just,
extraordinary.
yeah.
Like everybody's hats changed colours.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Whereas Tokyo was actually
Yeah.
was absolutely fine.
Okay.
Walk in the park.
Walk in the park.
Compared.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, on the cross country day, we stuck to our plan, and he obviously galloped around inside the time. I think there was 6 inside the time, 6, and he was one of them. So
How good did it feel, man?
that was the first finger in the air, wasn't it? And yeah, obviously at that stage, he was, certainly best of the Irish on the Saturday evening, and then the jumping on the Sunday, obviously trotted well, everything was good, and went in and jumped 2 great rounds. I think had a rail in each, but like moved from 16 to 13.
Amazing.
Yeah. Just going up.
So yeah, it was great satisfaction, but it also justified my anger and being seriously pissed off.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it's anger, and I imagine, because you've got something special and you want to do the best for you and for your team. And
I think this is going to sound so super off topic, but there's quite a well-known Buddhist saying.
Oh,
that,
God. This is why we've got producer Ali for the Buddhism quote.
Suffering is desire. And then lots of people say that like the suffering is kind of the pleasure and the desire is, but yeah, essentially the pleasure can be found in the desire, but like it also creates suffering.
And sorry, I've got one as well.
Yeah, go on.
Off the back of that.
Yeah.
Go on.
In New Zealand, we say it tastes better when you earn it.
Yeah, that's probably the modern day equivalent.
And it is what I was trying to get to. It must have felt bloody good, because clearly by how pissed off you were, it meant a lot to you.
Yeah, of course it did. I could have ended up with egg on my face.
Yeah.
Just as easy, but
sure.
if I thought for 1 second that was going to happen, I'd have thrown in the towel.
Yeah.
But that's life, isn't it? And it's probably going back to your Buddhism.
I don't know.
I think if you ask me the question, what's made you, or what one of the things that makes you really successful and wants you to strive, are actually disappointments.
Yes.
And a lot of the contributors to that are probably people that didn't believe in you.
Yeah.
You either lie down or you're going to prove these people wrong, aren't you?
Yeah, 100%. I love it, man. I love it. Well, geez, that was a hell of a question 5, maybe one of the greatest of all time. But we've got to move forward, Mitch. And question 6 is with you. And
you wouldn't believe it. We're going to skip forward another three years. Mm-hmm. Can we chat about the last ones?
And my maths aren't great. Go
on. Paris.
Yes.
What are your memories from? Sorry, mate.
No, yeah.
What are your memories from Versailles?
Oh,
sorry, mate, I jumped on there.
Hey, that's all right.
Amazing.
Yeah. We were lucky enough to get out there.
Mm-hmm.
First one for us.
Yep.
Thought it was amazing out there.
How'd you get on?
Yep. We
gave it a good nudge.
Yeah. We saw some things.
Yeah, we were there early. Did we get a couple of beers?
Yeah, a lot of beers.
A few
beers. That's about it, really.
Day
saw some fireworks, some drones. Some
less
horses.
about us, bro.
Yeah.
No, Versailles, you were there. It was just, what a setting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, my word. Incredible stuff. And what stands out from Versailles was cross-country day and the atmosphere. I mean, it was like playing football in Wembley.
Yeah.
It was just absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
But we soaked in every bit of it. It was just, again, a privilege to ride in that atmosphere with that crowd.
Yeah, the numbers were crazy.
Numbers were crazy, but the atmosphere, the noise, it was just
electric.
Something I've never experienced. And
we were positioned at. Did you see there was a big screen right at the finish? I don't know if you actually, where you jump the last and before you shoot off round the right bend, there was, if you had kept galloping straight. There's a big screen right there.
I knew I'd seen you somewhere.
Probably. We were given it the big one.
Yeah.
Because it was a great setup for us. So we could stand there. We could watch you gallop across the river. So you come along there, you could watch everything on the big screen. You could sort of see in the distance going through the water at the top by the stadium. And then we could nip around and catch you jump the last and like have, you know, for the Kiwis, we had a flag there as they jump the last. The first, they look up.
First thing they look at is
Mitch and
us.
Braden, you know, just giving it the big one, you know. It was, but the French crowd, I mean, it was a multicultural crowd, wasn't it? But like, it felt like an eventing crowd, you know, like.
Oh yeah, no, it was a very educated crowd, but just say it was just something else, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And they were so close to the ropes and
so close.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, a horse comes past, they open up the crossings for people to get across. By the time the next horse is coming, the stewards are so stressed trying to get people like they can't clear the tracks fast enough.
Yeah.
Before the next horse is coming through.
It was carnage out there.
Couldn't believe a horse didn't just go barreling into 50 people.
No, but they got it done.
They did it.
I think it was an amazing games.
And was it? Did you ever like notice anything different galloping across that? Was it the lake or the
pontoon?
The pontoons on
the pontoons.
Yeah.
No, at the time you didn't. Your head is down and you're just focused on galloping.
Yeah.
But to see whether it's architecture or bridge design or whatever. I mean, it was just something else, wasn't it?
It was.
To see and experience in advance. Yeah. Now at the time you didn't. You weren't looking left or right, see if you want to fall over an edge or anything. Yeah. But the whole thing and the whole course was fantastic, and I think it's one we'll never forget.
We started at Sydney, where you said maybe you feel like you're probably too young to appreciate it. By how you're talking about Versailles, it sounds like you were able to enjoy this one properly.
Yeah, no, it is, isn't it? You just I suppose learn to appreciate, take it all in, appreciate it. I guess I'm a lot more established. You know, I'd heard, but when I went to Sydney, I'd probably hardly heard of an Olympic Games, not to mind being at one.
Yeah.
So it's, hopefully evolved and grown up a small bit, and
here you are
and certainly now I'm embracing the whole thing.
Yeah, bloody good,
amazing. Seems like a good place to throw it back to producer Ali. We got any more questions over there, Ali?
I do, and I don't want to overkill the stings.
Oh, don't worry about that.
Do you think?
Don't worry about that.
Shameless.
Beeflot's hotline.
Here we go, and this is from Jade.
Hey, Osty. Hey, everyone. My question for you would be, if you could enter a mixed nationality team for the next Olympics, who would you choose to be on your team and why?
So what are we talking? Team of three? We won't make you do the reserve, will we? A team of three or four, up to you.
Yeah, you can choose. Do you want 4?
Past or present?
I think 3. Do a team of 3 competing.
Past or present?
Up to you.
Oh,
what do you reckon, Mitch?
Present.
Present. Okay.
Present.
There you go.
Yep.
Mitch has made the call.
Present.
Yep.
And is this just to have a good time or to go and win something?
Well,
Ali, what do you reckon?
If you could choose a team to do both.
I was going to say, you've got to
strike the
balance. Combination, exactly.
Like Austin's like, those are two very different things. Yeah. No, team of 3 right now to
maybe 2
to win. Surely.
Like are going to get the score up.
It's going to be too obvious.
One's going to bring the good vibes to the party.
No, should we just go? Keep it simple. Yeah. First of all, a team of 3 right now to win the Olympics.
Okay, Ollie Townend, Ross Cantor, and myself.
Yeah.
So quick.
I like it.
Is this Ollie on Cooley Rosalind?
Ollie on a donkey.
Yeah. So you've just gone, give me the riders.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm just going on my 2 last good badminton results.
Yeah.
Same 3 people, so got on with that.
I'm interested on past or present. So past.
Okay.
If you were
Go
to
past then.
a team of 3 or 4, who would you want?
Past and yeah, on a serious note.
Yeah.
I was quite serious the last time.
They go all right.
They're winners, isn't they?
They are bloody winners.
I suppose Andrew Nicholson.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Competitor.
Marmite.
Yeah. But again, a bloody competitor.
A winner.
Yeah, I mean, the stats speak for themselves.
I think he brought the game to a different level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's hard when you get down to it, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But so we're going for. This isn't including me. This is just.
We're very loose, bro. Just chuck some names out from the past. Who would you want on your team?
Yeah, well, I say definitely. I mean, you should look at the Kiwi. I suppose when I got into the whole thing, I was getting into it. It was very hard to see beyond Blythe, Mark, Andrew, Vaughan.
Oh yeah, Vaughan Jeffers.
We're going back a few years now.
Yeah,
good old bounce.
Yeah.
Look, there's been loads of them, hasn't there? Ian Stark.
Yeah,
he'd have been a pretty good guy. Lucinda had some amount of success in her day.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just go on and on.
You could,
yeah.
Well, you could, but you'd only go on so long because there's only so many legends, isn't there?
Sure. What do you think of the names you've thrown out? What do you think? Is it something different for each of them, or is it that competitiveness? Or
I think ultimately it's the competitiveness. They were all winners, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they didn't know anything different. You know, they all had ups and downs and sideways, but they all came back fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How good. I'm happy with that. Mitchell, you happy with that?
Yeah. Bloody good answer.
Beautiful.
Yeah. 100%.
All right, we're through to question 8, Austin, and it's back with me. So we've gone through all the Olympics, and now I'm just now I'm just keen to do a little big B chat, badminton and Burley. I'm interested in your perspective on those two events and I guess what they mean to you and how they fit into your, I guess, worldview of eventing and maybe some experiences with your horses there.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. You name them. They are, to me, growing up, as I said, hardly heard of an Olympic Games, but everything was about badminton and Burley.
Yeah.
And they were the big two. They're the most important events in my life.
Yeah.
Yes, they're, to me, in my view, they're the pinnacle of the sport.
Yeah, it's hard to go past them, isn't it? They are.
Is that,
you know, even from our background, not being so horsey.
Yeah. You're
always hearing of badminton and Burley.
Sure.
Ahead of kind of anything else.
Is that sort of the end goal for the whole operation? Is producing horses to get to badminton and Burley?
For my operation, without a doubt.
Yeah.
It's it's what I do the sport for, are those 5 stars. Now there's some amazingly talented, successful event riders out there, and that's not their pinnacle. Olympic Games are their pinnacle, or let's use Michael Young for example.
Yeah,
he doesn't come to badminton very often.
No.
So
wins a lot of Olympics.
Wins a lot of Olympics. So that's not the top of his, but personally, I suppose just historically.
Yeah.
As much as anything, it's I grew up dreaming about badmintons and Burleys, and that's where I want to be.
Yeah.
And are you turning up there comfortable now?
Depends what I'm riding.
I'm guessing on Colorado Blue, it's a bit easier.
Yeah, well, I'd like to think if I turn up at these 4 or 5 stars, within reason, there's always risk, but I would like to think that I'm not turning up there gambling. Things go wrong, but you shouldn't be daft enough to think. You should have a fair idea.
You're going there to do things.
To do things. If you don't have that confidence going to Burley or badminton, forget about it.
Yeah, okay.
Now, things still go wrong, but you have to go there.
You've got to go in.
Believe.
Yeah. Sage. And thinking back to your badminton and Burley experiences over the years, has there been one that stood out for you, or a couple?
Yeah, sure. I was very lucky. My first badminton, I was fourth.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Was that?
Have you done any research?
1999, I remember. Well, am I wrong? Tell me.
You
wrong.
are good.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, he's good.
Oh, you are good.
Thank you, Nicole Brown.
One small bead of sweat.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Equi ratings for the research. Thank you.
I didn't think it went back that far.
Yeah. 99.
99.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was very, I'd say, green around the ears back then. But, yeah, I was lucky to have a mare called Simply Rhett, owned by a good friend of mine, Eugene McKenna. And I'd say it was a case of the blind leading the blind, really. But on we went, and it was massively big, unbelievably wet. Like if it was nowadays, it would have been cancelled on the Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was one of those badmintons.
Yeah.
But we loved it. We thrived in it, and got a great result. And
Yeah, fourth. So
met the Queen. So it was a good Sunday.
oh, pretty good week.
Yeah.
Are you based in England at that point, or are you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I moved to England when I was really, really, really young.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, you were young then.
So yeah, no, it was actually because I moved to Cornwall to the Vigasma family, 94, 95, and actually, ironically, the beginning of 99, I went out on my own.
Oh yeah.
And
not a bad way to kick things off, eh?
And that's how we kick things off.
Yeah.
So talk about luck of the Irish.
How should we crack it off? We'll go badminton 99. We'll do the Olympics in 2000.
Yeah. We'll meet the Queen as well.
Yeah, and then there was a come to Jesus moment because I had another 8 years before another Olympics. So then I started realizing how tough the game was.
Yeah, I was gonna say, eventing sort of has a way of putting you in your place, doesn't
exactly.
it?
It does, exactly.
Humbling.
But no, so got off to a great start and didn't realize it at the time, obviously.
Hell of a great start.
This is easy.
Yeah.
And then in more recent years, you've had a few good spins with Colorado Blue. Was it the badminton? Was it a couple of years ago? Were you under time? Mitch, can you help me out
he
here?
was
probably.
He's done 3 badmintons now. So 22, he was 7th or 8th inside the time. Then 23 was the year he was 3rd.
Yes.
And that was the year it was really bottomless.
Yes. This is the one I'm thinking of. Yeah.
So yeah, he was the fastest.
Yeah.
23. Yeah, of course, that was Maryland year, wasn't it? And it was actually interesting because that badminton took quite a lot out of him.
Yeah. It
And
took
I
quite
think
a lot out of everyone.
Yeah, and I think that contributed. Well, everything swings and roundabouts, isn't it? But that contributed to a disappointing Burley.
Sure.
Yes.
When I look back and weigh it all up, but we had enough time between Burley and Maryland just to
bounce back.
Get so I think that was definitely it was a tough. Yeah, 23 was a tough badminton.
Sure.
Even though he didn't look fatigued or.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was again in a league of his own in the mud.
Yeah.
But afterwards he knew he'd done a 5-star. It was the only time you'd have known he'd done a 5-star.
Sure.
Yeah.
I remember that badminton.
Oh yeah.
I was in the trade stands on a trade stand. I lost a good pair of RM Williams that year in the mud.
Oh, I love RM Williams.
I know, and I thought, you know what, first year on the trade stands, I want to look professional. I've turned up to badminton and the RM Williams, and those things, bless their souls. They have bounced back, but there was a moment there I thought I lost them. They were deep in mud. So imagine that was just me in the trade village. It was the grass was gone. It was just mud.
It was like a
mud
foot
tracks.
deep in mud, wasn't it? Yeah.
Crazy.
Bloody horrible.
So yeah.
So you think you had a tough week?
yeah. But at least you had RM Williams.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then obviously last year, because everybody gets so consumed by the Olympics, We didn't go to badminton, and this year it was amazing.
Back to his good old self.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How good. All right, mate. Well, we're 2 from home. That's how we talk about it. We've got 2 questions to go. And
Me again?
Yeah. Go for it.
I just think it'd be wrong not to do one of these, you know?
Another friend.
BFOTS hotline.
Just while you're loading that up, BFOTS is the sting. We've got a lot of fans of the show, and they call themselves, I don't know where it came from, but they started calling themselves big fans of the show. So BFOTS is the acronym. BFOT, big fan of the show, and it's the hotline, and that's Mitch voicing it at the hotel reception.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it's
With a
nice.
typewriter.
It's very
Exactly.
nice.
And this is Susie Berry.
Hey Mitch and Braden, Susie Berry here. Austin, would you rather swim 50 metres or have me navigate you around Paris in the new lorry again?
I feel like there's a story here.
Yeah. And I want to hear it.
I want to hear about the swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That was such a rogue would you
So
rather.
niche.
50 metres.
Yeah.
Sink or swim. Definitely a sinker. Yeah, definitely not navigate me around Paris again, Susie.
No. Where did she take you? You didn't do Arc de Triomphe or...
Lord.
No.
This was after the competition.
Oh.
Susie Berry. There's a lot of low bridges around Versailles.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
And if you go the wrong direction out of Versailles, you're really screwed. Actually, I should say Jardy. That's where we stabled on the last night.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, Susie in her wisdom. I've got this. She didn't.
She lack any confidence?
She'd begun to lack confidence. It should take about 3 hours to get to Calais.
Yes.
I think it took about 7.5.
Oh no!
I'm just grateful that the horse box still had a roof on it. To be honest.
Okay. Let's
there
tick off.
There was a lot of manoeuvres and reversing and scratching. And
I'm so surprised that she's outed herself in this question.
Oh, that's Susie though. She's
do you know
a
what I
good
mean?
girl.
Yeah,
She's a good girl.
How nice of her. Yeah.
You look genuinely unimpressed.
No. She's generally great, but geography, no. Give it a miss, Susie.
Oh.
You missed the ferry, did you?
It's okay.
No, luckily there is a ferry every hour and a half.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
So
fine.
you hadn't booked one. It was just take the one when you turn up.
Sense of humour was disappearing. we got it back again. We were fine by the time we got to Calais.
Yeah. As long as she found a KFC on the way, things were going to be
Exactly.
No bloody KFC in France.
No, they don't do it, do they?
No.
What do they have instead?
Saucisson.
Oh.
But is that takeaway?
No,
it's
well,
salami.
do you know those little salami balls?
Yeah, but it seems way too healthy, is it?
Yeah, what's that takeaway equivalent?
Probably
Depends your
not.
attitude on gout and scurvy. Bit different. Their takeaway,
Yeah,
French takeaway.
I can't think. They probably have McDonald's, don't they?
Yeah,
Everywhere's got
Yeah,
McDonald's.
that'll be it.
It's just not
Le
the same.
McDonald's.
It's
Yeah.
not the same.
Not the same. You're shaking your head aggressively.
Nice.
And the swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, thanks, Susie. I'm a
And
very
thanks, Ali, for bringing it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
had forgotten.
yeah.
Not producer
So
Alex.
obviously, Susie is very aware that I'm not a great swimmer because we obviously did a good safari stroke swimming holiday in the winter.
Did you?
10 of us went.
Where did you go?
We went to Botswana.
Did you?
Oh,
Yeah, which was amazingly organised by my wife for my 25th birthday.
Oh, congrats. Happy
Ah.
birthday.
Thanks. So yeah, no, we had a great time, but I opted out of the swimming activities.
How does Susie go? Is she a breaststroker?
Sorry, what? Is she a what?
A backstroker?
Oh, backstroker.
I go for the backstroke.
Yeah. Sorry, Susie. Big backstroke fan. No, what is it with these horse girls wanting to do these? Was it a horse safari?
Yes,
My wife, she wants to do.
Does
this.
she?
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Is it?
Is it?
Have you not been?
You don't ride enough through the year?
No, just the whole safari.
Yeah.
Phones don't work.
Oh yeah, that sounds
yeah,
nice.
that, yeah.
No, but Sam wants to do the whole like, let's go on horseback and get real close to lions.
Well, we actually split it up. So we did a little bit of horse.
Yeah.
And a lot in the back of trucks.
Okay.
So what it was supposed to be horse.
Yeah.
Yes.
But luckily, 10 of us that were there kind of
Is
agreed that, just a little bit of horses.
a little
Yeah.
bit. Is there an option where, like, because at this point I've sort of accepted I don't have any,
Say.
I don't know, say in my life. Yeah, what's the word in English? Control. But she wants to do this like horseback safari. Fair game, go for it. Do you think there's an option where I could follow on in like, I don't know, a Jeep Wrangler or something? Like,
Yeah. Oh no.
I don't want to, because I can't ride. You know what I mean? And the idea of falling off and being, I don't know, well,
Eaten by a lion.
Yeah.
lion.
No. We
I got big plans.
we go through a company called Aardvark Safaris.
Oh,
and
shout out.
Yeah. And they're you don't have to ride. You can go on riding safaris with Jeep facilities and
Amazing.
bar facilities,
Uh,
and swimming pools.
Sign me up.
and,
Yeah.
Sign me
Get
up.
me in there.
See, I don't
So,
mind
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
so
do
no,
that.
it's pretty
Yeah.
pretty adaptable.
Do you know what she also wants to do? She's like, but could we do South Africa? Because then I want to do. You guys seen you can do like swimming with great whites, like on the shark cage.
I can't think
Yeah.
of, and you couldn't pay me to do that.
No, neither.
Genuinely.
Neither.
And then you hear in the news, it's like, oh, a man gets eaten by a shark after he elected to go swimming with sharks, and they put meat in the water with him so the sharks came closer. And I'm like, who is surprised by this? I find it ridiculous. sorry.
Almost like sitting on the back of a horse and riding it up to a lion.
or jumping burley.
Exactly.
So I assume all this holiday talk is on the back of all the euros she took out of France last week.
Yeah, that's it, mate. We're on that.
You're right. You're on a free jolly.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just bought a house. We put a bunch of it into savings,
Yeah.
and bought some bonds. We've invested. We're in crypto at the moment. Yeah. No, it's we plan to have kids at some point, apparently. And before then, she's like, one last thing. We couldn't go to a horseback safari and swim with great whites. And again, at my stage, I'm like, I'll come along.
Just go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would look good in a Jeep Wrangler, though.
Thank you.
Sat behind.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Jeep, if you're listening.
Yeah.
William Foxpit. He was Jeep,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
William
yeah.
Foxpit. I would love to get Jeep as the official vehicle provider of the pod.
Can you imagine? We could
100%.
do live recordings in the back of a Jeep.
Yeah.
The world's our oyster.
Yeah.
The world
There'll
is
be no stopping us.
our oyster. But what will stop us is question 10. So we've got the final question of the evening. Ellie, you stole Mitch's question, so I'm going to leave it with Mitch for the final question.
Yep, I've actually shut my phone off. So we're going to finish off with a question we kind of like to do just to round things off and just ask what's next. What are you kind of doing for the rest of the season? Yep.
Austin, do you know?
No idea. Well, as you've seen driving in here, I have a lot of grass to cut over the next couple of weeks.
Yes. So making a lot of hay.
No, just cutting grass. Desperate for rain. No, we're very lucky. We have a lot of nice young horses coming through, which will keep us going over the next 2 or 3 weeks. Some burly young event horse. It's just as exciting as the top end, to be honest.
Yeah.
Getting them out and about, starting their careers.
Yeah.
Seeing where we're at, and then there's some say lovely horses. There's European Championships this autumn. There's Burley. There's Maryland.
Yeah.
So no, look, we're very lucky. We're very privileged. We've lots to look forward to.
Plenty of choices out there.
Yeah, we've great owners, great people around us. And it's they make it happen, and they're kind of making our dreams happen at the moment.
Amazing, mate. I feel like we've ticked off the 10 questions, and somehow we've been able to navigate without having a quick chat about the family setup here with Amy and the kids. How important is that at this stage of your career?
Oh, sure, it's everything, and it's kind of ironic, really, that I suppose it's given selfishly, it's kind of given me a life-work balance.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also given me more to strive for.
Mm-hmm.
And say, you know, this place has got to be paid for.
Yep.
But no, I'm so lucky to have Amy. She's the driving force behind the whole thing, really. As you can see, there's a lot going on here. We're always striving. We're both strivers.
Yeah.
And I think the kids, which are, you know, the most important now, they're young boys. Yeah, they give us the reason to get up in the morning and work harder, to be honest. You know, they're a bit feral at times, and but they give us great entertainment, and it's just the whole thing is great at the moment.
Yeah, and a testament to you guys. It looks like a bloody cool spot to be out here. Sure, you're doing looks like you're doing a great job of.
We're blessed, but we're workers, but we enjoy our work. That makes going to work a lot easier, doesn't it?
Sure does.
Doing something that we really love and want to do.
It must make it a little bit easier having. No, it wasn't Alfie. Who was your other boy?
Wilf is the youngest. Yeah.
Having Wilf around, because when I arrived, I don't know about you, but Wilf was the first bloke I met. How old's Wilf?
Yeah. He's 5.
5.
Yeah.
Legend.
Yeah.
And
he's shy.
Yeah. He greeted me by saying, "Do you know that I can lift 10 buses with just one pinky?" And I thought, there is a happy kid, is a confident young man, and a very strong. But he said, only when I'm angry.
Yeah.
I was like, Braden, good to meet you.
Yeah. How was the shake?
Yeah, strong, man.
Solid.
Yeah. No,
he went for the high five.
Proper shake.
Alfie gave me the shake. Wolf was the high five. He was
oh yeah.
There we go.
He's in there.
No, cool young
like
boys.
Yeah. So no, they're great to have about, and thankfully not that interested in ponies yet.
Yeah.
Long may it continue, brother. How about you, Mitchell? How's Belle's going? Has she got an eye for an horse? Mitch is a new father.
Yeah. She's
congratulations.
Oh, thanks, mate.
What are we talking now?
6 weeks yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy 6 weeks.
Yeah, happy 6 weeks. She's been out there doing it, taking to it like a duck to water.
Where's she been? West Wilts?
Yeah, West Wilts.
Yeah, boy.
Solihull. Where else? Oh, God, too many. Badminton. Smashed her first badminton at,
Good girl.
how old was she?
4 days?
Not very old.
Was it that week?
What was the date of badminton?
I think she was about 10 days.
Yeah,
was
I
it
feel
the
like
following
10 days
Like
sounds
just-
about
yeah,
right. Yeah.
Like pretty small.
Yeah, pretty small.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
It's impressitive.
She might be out there riding one day. She might not like horses at all. Who knows?
Who knows?
We're praying
Watch
for you,
this
brother.
space. Yeah.
We're praying for you. Beautiful.
I'll
All
do
right,
my best.
All right, mate. Well, Austin, those are the 10 questions we had lined up for this evening. So we're going to start to wrap things up. There's just a few little bits and pieces we need to tie up before the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to start. And I'm not sure if you're aware, Austin, but as a guest on Eventing Weekly, Yeti, our brand partners, have kindly gifted you an Eventing Weekly Rambler. So we have this for you this evening, or your one actually. You can keep not my one.
Yeti are amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, you've had a little bit of...
Yeah, no, we do a bit with Yeti, and it's opened up a complete new world to me.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
So what, you got a few products of theirs?
Yeah, we've got the cooler boxes.
Oh, yeah.
We've got the mugs.
Yeah.
It's a Yeti household.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But we won't say no to one more. Thank you.
Yeah. Well,
absolutely not.
Co-branded.
Yeah, absolutely.
Co-branded. So that's one thing that we'll leave you with this evening, Mitchell.
And the other thing, if you would so like to choose one of these that we're in, Cotswold Fox. What do they got on there? They got shorts, they got the quarter zips, they got shirts, they got the whole damn lot on there. So if you wanted to go and check out what they got on there, choose
Definitely.
something and fire it through to us. And
Jemima Gray will send that over.
Yeah, I used to teach Jemima for years, funnily enough.
It's small.
Yeah.
world.
Oh,
So,
maybe she might send out too.
So,
Or
yeah,
she
well,
might
I
refuse
think
and send out none.
Yeah, exactly. Was I sacked? I'm not sure. No, I no. She's a great girl, and it's a great brand now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Started
yeah.
from nothing only
Yeah.
3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, she's doing a great job out there.
What I've learnt quickly about Jemima is hustle, man. Like, we're at badminton, and it was a big week. I saw her there. She's the one on the stand, hustling away all week. And then for me, we did, I was on the trade stand, and then you're like, oh, good, badminton out the way, back to the office. And then I see what is she, at Royal Windsor the next week and somewhere else the next week.
Yeah.
So it's,
she's never at home. She's always out
not
there
afraid
doing
of
it.
work.
no, but I suppose there's no secret, is there? Just she's out there doing it.
Yeah.
So credit to her, and we're stoked to work with her, and gift you guys some kit. So it's all good.
Amazing.
And the last one we probably should tick off is Hawkstone, because they've been
we're drinking them all night.
we've been drinking their beer tonight. So shout out Jeremy Clarkson.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate. I know you've been in our DMs a lot, and we'll be getting back to you. Good luck for the new season.
Yeah.
And
Have you been watching it?
is it out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it on Amazon as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually watched Caleb's stand-up show. Have you seen that?
Did you?
No, where do you find that?
It's on Amazon or Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
Good crack.
Does it go
really
good?
Really
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, I would definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Look forward to watching that.
We'll have to get into that as well.
Well, there's your top tip for the evening.
Yeah.
Producer Ali, that's my list all done and dusted. Just wanted to check in with you and Mitchell. Is anything else we need to tick off?
I'm very happy over here.
Happy?
Just want to say, tonight, for probably the first time this season, we need to get the photo before
I
we
was
pack
going to say
everything
that. I
away.
was like, I'll say it off air when we stop recording.
Yeah.
Because we've got our cans on. Lovely
Austin's
scenery.
like, what the hell's going on? We
We
often,
basically, every week, we get everything packed up and then we're like, oh, we haven't taken a photo.
yeah. So right now everyone's listening to their podcast and they're looking down at a photo, and it's us sitting here with our cans on
Looking amazing,
because
exactly.
we remembered. Is that right?
Yeah.
Do you know what the photo will
100%.
be? Us without the cans on.
Yeah.
Because
So driving out
for
at
some
the front
reason
gate.
we've forgotten.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No.
That won't happen.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, if everyone's happy, Austin, I just want to say one more time, thanks so much for.
No, thank you guys
Thank
for coming
you.
out. It's been fun.
Yeah, it has been good.
Yeah.
So this will come out Friday morning, 6 a.m. as always. We just wish you all the best for the rest of the season, and look forward to seeing you around.
Super. Thank you guys.
Austin O'Connor,
Thanks, mate.
thanks, mate.
Hi,
I wasn't
this
sure
is
if
Laura
you were ready.
Collett.
No, I was ready.
Yeah,
Don't
sure.
worry.
Yeah,
I was waiting
I
for the
thought she
thanks,
wasn't
mate,
ready.
and you were waiting for me.
Mitch and Braden.
High five.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Well done.
High fives to
Okay.
everyone.
Happy enough.
Nice.
Yeah. Good. And then just one more across.
Yeah.
Don't need to take a retake.
No.
Okay.
Done.
That's it.